Like cribe, psych, annoying introduction music, 3 minutes of a waffling introduction. Alright, good, now we can start the video. So today we're going to be talking about the creep that'll keep you poor for your entire life. Its name is lifestyle creep, and you need to be very aware and very careful about it. So what do I mean when I talk about creep? Creep is a slow movement of anything that is not good. As an example, I'll talk about time creep. Now let's just say a military warrant officer wants his squadron of soldiers to be ready for duty at 7 AM. The sergeant who reports to him knows that he'll be personally responsible if any of the persons are late, so he tells his corporals to have the squadron ready by 6:30. But the corporals know that they'll be personally responsible if a single soldier is late, so they tell the soldiers to be ready at 6 AM. And then the soldiers want to be individually accountable, so they arrive at 5:30 AM. And then on the big day, they have to wait around for an hour and a half until 7 when the warrant officer arrives. So that is an example of time creep. Now the creep that we need to worry about is lifestyle creep. If you're on $35,000 a year, I bet you look at the people who are on $100,000 per year and you think to yourself that you'll be able to save a fortune if you were on that wage. And I also bet that if you're on $100,000 per year, you are likely to be saving less than $10,000 per year. If you want to get ahead in life, it is essential that you do not increase your expenses as your salary increases. You're falling into this trap if you catch yourself saying, "Oh, just this once because I deserve it for how hard I worked." Do you really need a bigger house, a newer car, or that phone upgrade as a reward for a promotion at work? It is great to reward yourself with a night out or a once-off expense, but do not ever upgrade your debt obligations. I repeat, do not ever upgrade your debt obligations. Chances are that your new job will require you to work harder, longer, or both, and you'll have less time to yourself. With that being said, life does get more expensive as you get older. You and your significant other are likely to add pets and kids into the family. And when you have kids or pets, it is preferable to have a yard for them to run around in, and all of this will increase your costs. What I'm trying to communicate here is that the extra costs are okay so long as they are justified. Or to quote the American money guy named Dave Ramsey, he states that we buy things that we do not need with money that we do not have to impress people who we do not like. Or another way to think of it is that you are working longer and harder to pay for things that you do not have time to enjoy because you're still paying for them. Now if we go back to the start of the video, I pointed out that a person on $35,000 a year will likely be saving the same amount of money as a person who is on $100,000 per year. A big reason for lifestyle creep is due to the contrast principle, which is more commonly known as keeping up with the Joneses. This contrast principle states that we compare ourselves to those who we are surrounded by. Now this is both a positive and a negative force for a personal success. If your immediate 5 closest friends are all earning north of $100,000 per year, you'll feel socially shamed to keep up with their success. On the other hand, if your 5 closest friends are a bunch of alcoholic stoners, you'll find yourself struggling with the motivation to make anything of yourself. So many successful entrepreneurs advise that the 5 people that you surround yourself with will determine the type of person that you will become. So that is the positive element of the contrast principle. The negative side is that you adopt their habits. As you succeed, you'll not only need to fight the temptation to buy the latest gadgets that you want, but you also have to fight off the social pressure to have the gadgets which your friends have. If you fail this, you yourself will be providing contrast pressure to those who hang around you. So how do we avoid falling into lifestyle creep? You need to lie to yourself and state that you're earning less money than what you're actually earning. If you're on $60,000 per year, you'll be taking home approximately $50,000 per year. So you need to pretend that you're only taking home $30,000 per year, then use that remaining $20,000 to invest. If you don't do this, you'll never be rich. So to summarize, I encourage you to try and emulate the most successful people that you know, with the major exception of not copying the collection of liabilities. Now this is much easier said than done, but now at least you're aware of the psychological pressure that will delay your financial freedom date. And thanks for watching, and now you can go and play outside, or whatever it is people do after YouTube videos. Thanks, bye.